the music business is completely fraternal. Okay,
Yeah.
it's completely fraternal. There is no one that has not made it somewhere that is high level, that is not involved in some way, shape, or form in a fraternal order.
Niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, the dollars, y'all.
Right.
That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident.
Right.
And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit. Trust me, if these motherfuckers wanted to kill you, why the fuck they gonna tell Farrakhan? Why they gonna tell the Nation of Islam? Why they gonna tell this nigga in jail about the plan? How did he know?
Right.
How did it leak to him? Who told him? Who told him? The Pope? Ooh, cause they like the Pope and the money. Oh, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
These artists, many of them, are put in positions, okay, where they have no choice. I don't want people to think that all the time that the artist always knows what he's doing. At times, these people have been, just like highway robbery, they're extorted, okay? They're extorted. You know, many artists, they'll come up with a drug charge or a gun charge all of a sudden.
I feel as though what's done in the dark will come to light. It's secrets that everybody's gonna find out about that I don't have to play a hate or dry snitch about. That will come out, you'll find out for yourself and you'll know why I did it. I swear to God, y'all, I'm living by the rules of the game that y'all, the people, have put down for us to live by. I feel that all that anger and shit ate him up so much that he couldn't hide it. You know what I'm saying? I think he tried, but he couldn't hide it. You know, that's why he always talk about, well, I'ma die and bury me a G and all that other crazy shit. But from when he grew up from a little boy until he was 25, when he died, you know, he didn't really get to be a man.
And symbolism, paintings, architecture, it puts ideas across to people. And in drama, the onlookers actually emulate what they see. The acting societies prefer to say they reflect society. But amongst themselves, they admit they help create culture, alter culture, and direct culture. That's the job of the culture creators.
You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube.
And again, go back to Plato, he also talked about music. And that music was such a powerful, powerful force for directing the minds of the young. People basically are downloaded by entertainment into the ways that they will adopt and behave.
It's like MTV, all the papers, they building me up. Now they destroying me on the same image that they perpetuated.
Music, fashion, everything goes together to create culture. Poetry, of course, was big in the 1800s. And then radio and television took over big time from them.
Everything you've taken for granted, from the jingles on television to the whole concept that change is good, to the blurring of all sexual distinctions and subcategories, and that there's new categories coming out all the time, and there's new ones to come out yet as they go through genetic alterations and tampering with the transhumanist agenda.
In order to complete the task, an election process is now underway where all parties are demanding change. So everybody in the U.S. is now out demanding and calling for change without understanding what is meant by this particular change they're calling for.
So we've watched ourselves being dehumanized. We've watched what was normal for a previous century being turned upside down through science. We've watched them tinkering with genetics to create the better types, the superior types that they come on down the road. And you will see the creation of different types, including the new worker bee, which will be neither really male nor female.
In the late 1800s, the Rothschilds created a foundation in England to encourage authors to write about certain topics which the Rothschilds defined. They were trying to start off science fiction writers. Mm-hmm. And of course Tavistock later gave the term to this process, where you read novels, now it's watching movies, but then it was novels aimed at the young, to make those young people excited about this imaginative future. And Tavistock calls it predictive programming.
Programming, there you go.
So that's what all fiction really has been for, from then on at least, and maybe even before. But this process is well understood. It's when you're getting a lecture on something, you have a little sensor there that picks out certain things you won't believe or disagree with. But when it comes to fiction, that sensor part is down. And so you're wide open, you're being downloaded with possibility thinking, as they call it. And so something that would sound nuts if you were not brainwashed with this kind of material actually starts to sound quite natural. And so we think we're evolving along a natural path.
Smaller than a grain of rice. That's where mine went in. It's an ID that can't be lost or forged or stolen. Its content and function can be adapted to suit my needs. It can be my credit card, it can be my door key, my car keys. I'll never lose them again. Eventually it'll become universal. Starting at school age, a tag for life.
Yeah, ever since I know you've been out to get me, acting like my peeps, but I know that's how you trick me. Love to see me get high, love to see me tipsy. Heard you even wanna stick a little chip in me.
They're called RFID chips for radio frequency identification. In the future, chips could be tracking your every move in passports and visas as you pass through time zones. One company is even pushing human ID implants, all made possible by RFID.
Well, at Loyola University in Louisiana, they had a World Science meeting paid for by the United States Department of Commerce. And the professor from Japan said, we're ready to implant this in everyone on the planet. He said, but when this is put into the people, there shall be no more individuality as we know it.
I'm a boy.
You are a real boy.
Actually, there's a dehumanization of humans, and there is a humanization of machines. It's a dialectic that is going to end up in a synthesis. Okay?
No, absolutely. I've got articles here right now, in fact, on that very agenda from the future society, the complete merging with humans and robots until you can't tell which one is which anymore.
Which one is which, exactly. And they're starting that by pushing it within the music.
What age group would you say it's aimed at?
Well, I'll tell you now, Alan, 14 all the way up to your 35ers. People don't even see the fact that you have this robot talking to you, expressing feelings, having emotions, and people just sit there like, oh, this is so nice, look at the special effects, and don't even realize they're being predictably programmed. It takes his voice and it moves it to give it some sort of synthesized sound, which actually takes a human voice and makes it sound more robotic. Where on the other side, as I said in the movies, you can see the robots becoming more humanized.